If you're a fan of historic architecture, Spain offers a treasure trove of stunning cathedrals, palaces, and fortresses to explore. And it's also one of the best places to go on vacation in Europe because of its beaches. Spain has always been one of the most popular vacation destinations, not only in Europe, but everywhere else as well. Would you like to learn more about this place? Here are 10 places in Spain you must see. Let's start with number 10. We'll go to the wild island of Ibiza. It's one of the most popular islands in Europe and known as the party city with a crazy scene. This island has more than 50 beaches and has some of the best beaches and places to jump off cliffs in the world. People who like to party like to come here because many well-known acts play here often. Like other places in Spain, this place has a lot of history and culture, but people who like to party or spend time in nature are most likely to go there. Isla de Esvedra is one of my favorite places on Ibiza. It's this rough, deserted rock that sticks straight out of the water more than 400 meters. Now, there are a lot of myths and tales about Esvedra, and some say it's the third most powerful place in the world. I don't know if that's true, but I do know that it's one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen. You can rent a boat and go on a tour around the island to look for great places to jump off cliffs or just to take in the beauty of this limestone island. Ibiza is one of the most exciting places to go, whether you want to jump off a rock or just party with Kygo. Next is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Segovia. Located in a beautiful area with the Sierra de Guadarrama Mountains in the distance. It's a place with a lot of history, and the houses here make it a great place to walk around. The Romans built the Aqueduct of Segovia around 100 AD. It is in the walled old town. You can climb up to get a great view of the surrounding scenery and enjoy the design of this huge, one-of-a-kind building. This technical feat is the city's symbol, but there are many other amazing things to see nearby, like a large and beautiful Gothic cathedral and many churches, convents, and monasteries. The beautiful Alcazar of Segovia, built on a rocky hill with a view of the city and looks like a castle from a fairy tale, is the other big draw. Aside from this, the food in Segovia is the best you'll find anywhere in Spain. You can also look at the beauty of the Plaza Mayor and cathedral. Next, I think Ronda is one of the most beautiful towns in Andalusia. Located in the south of Spain, in one of the most beautiful places you can imagine. It sits on top of the steep El Tajo Pass, a beautiful gorge that cuts the town in half and looks out over the fields and hills in front of it. My favorite thing about Ronda is you can walk across the most famous Puente Nuevo bridge. It was built in 1793 and spans the gorge. I mean, I can't get over how beautiful the arches are. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. The amazing bridge links the more modern part of town called El Mercado with the old Moorish part of town called El Ciudad. El Ciudad has beautiful churches, beautiful mansions, and pretty gardens. People think of the town as the birthplace of modern bullfighting in Spain. Its neoclassical ring is the oldest building of its kind in the country. Below, you can see the Guadalete River and the El Tajo Pass. After taking in the views, go to the Plaza de Toros de Ronda and the Baus Raves, well-preserved Arab baths from the 13th and 14th centuries. After Ronda, next is the Santiago de Compostela, capital of the Galicia region in the northwest of Spain. It's best known as the end of the Camino de Santiago journey. This journey goes back to the Middle Ages. Many Christians go on this journey, also called the Way of Saint James, because they think that Saint James is buried here. Today, the city gets a lot of tourists every year because of its past and religious traditions. Most travelers arrive at the main square, called Plaza do Obradoiro. This busy square is in the middle of the city, is home to many important buildings, including the Santiago Cathedral, where the tomb of Saint James is housed, Guilherme's Palace, Rejoy Palace, Catholic King's Hostel, and San Jeronimo College are also old houses in this area. The Journey Museum is a good place to learn about the history and meaning of the journey, while the Museum of the Galician People shows off the culture and history of the area. Next is Toledo's. It was the capital of Spain until the 16th century, built on top of a rock in central Spain. People from Jewish, Christian, and Muslim cultures lived in the city for many centuries, which is why it is sometimes called the City of Three Cultures. Toledo's is a famous place to visit because it has a lot of Roman-era art and buildings that are very old. The best thing to do in Toledo's is to get lost in the ancient streets and look at the beautiful old buildings, like the beautiful churches, synagogues, mosques, and a Roman castle. The Zordocover Square has been the site of many important events in the past. In charming cafes, you can take a break, watch people, and try local treats like mazapan. Spain's best-known painter, El Greco, used to live here. There are many museums and art centers in the city, and the Cathedral of Toledo's has a great collection of works by famous artists. If you want to experience the culture of Europe, Cordoba is a must-place to go. Located in the Andalusian area, the main draw in Cordoba is a World Heritage Site, the Mezquita. This old city is in the middle of a maze of small ancient streets, plazas, parks, and whitewashed gardens. It was first built as a mosque, but it is now a church that keeps most of its original design. During the Middle Ages, this Islamic building was the most popular style, and this city's layout shows that. Its red and white striped domes is a memory of how important and beautiful Cordoba was. The fortress of the Christian monarchs, the Street of Flowers, and the Old Jewish Quarter, with its lovely gardens and tourist shops, are also interesting places to visit. Because this city is small, you can walk all over it. There are many fairs and artistic events that happen all through the year, so watch out for those. Next is this beautiful city on the water, San Sebastian, well known for its great beaches and delicious food. Located in the Basque Country, north of Spain, it's on an island in the Bay of Biscay. In the 19th century, after the Napoleonic Wars almost destroyed the city, many of the old houses in the old town were rebuilt. Most of the places are right on the coast, which makes eating there even more beautiful. Not only that, but you can also surf on the waves. Also has some of the best beaches in Europe. This crescent-shaped beach of La Concha is the most famous. Do water sports like swimming, sunbathe, fishing, and water skiing. This is the best place to eat. The chefs add their secret spices to the food to make it taste special and delicious. Isn't this a lovely place? From the tops of the hills, you can see the whole city at once. You can take a good breath of fresh air from the green hills and look at the beauty of this city. Next up is Madrid, also known as Madrid, the capital and largest city of Spain, known for its lively nightlife. The city is a mix of many different ethnic groups, which makes it one of the most lively and cosmopolitan cities in Europe. This city has been home to many well-known artists and continues to produce more artists for the world. The architecture of the city is also interesting because it shows the history of Spain from medieval mansions to modern architecture. Most of Madrid's most famous tourist spots, like the Royal Palace, which is where Spain's ruler lives, are in the city center. Puerta del Sol is the heart of Madrid. It's a big square where festivals, street performers, and events take place. It is also a hub for public transportation. The busy San Miguel Market is a big part of Plaza Mayor, which is another important square. This city has more bars than any other city in the world. You can go to any bar and party with the happy crowd until dawn. Coming at second place is the capital city of Andalusia, Seville. Andalusia is a self-governing region that takes up most of southern Spain. The beautiful city is known all over the world for its mix of Moorish, Christian, and Jewish building and history, as well as for having some of the best tapas in southern Spain. It has a lot of history and is where flamenco dance began. The Grand Cathedral of Seville is one of the most beautiful and important ancient structures in the city, where Christopher Columbus is thought to be buried. The real Alcazar is another important building. It's an extravagant Moorish house with beautiful grounds. One of the best places to visit in Spain because it has great tourist spots, fun events, and a busy nightlife. So after Seville, for my final number 1 place, Valencia City, located on the southeastern coast of Spain, is different from the rest of Spain. It has its own language, society, and food. Valencia is flat and has more than 93 miles of bike lanes. So riding a bike is the best and cheapest way to get around. It used to be a river, but in 1957 it flooded and did a lot of damage to the city. After that, the city built its most amazing landmark by rerouting the river, the Traya Park. There are lots of things to do in the park now, like sports fields, playgrounds, and ponds. The park is about 5.5 miles long, and the old stream is still crossed by 18 bridges. The City of Arts and Science is the most interesting building in Traya Park. Old Town has a long past, and there are many famous buildings from different times. The Valencia Cathedral, which is home to the Holy Grail, the busy Virgin Square, the Round Square, the City Hall, the North Railway Station, and the Silk Exchange are some of the city's most interesting places. Just across from the Silk Exchange, you can't miss a second important site, the Central Market. The St. Nicholas Church is without a doubt one of the most well-known and ancient buildings in the city. Every March, it has the Phallus Festival. Since it's on the coast of the Mediterranean, you don't have to go far to get to a beach. Malvarosa has a wide strip of sand where people like to swim and lay out in the sun. This place also has some fun things to do at night. If you're going to Spain, this place should be at the top of your list. Now you would be wondering, where is the Barcelona? Well, Barcelona has so much, it deserves its own dedicated video. Barcelona is one of the country's top travel destinations because it offers everything tourists look for in a European city, from historic architecture to lively shopping and buzzing nightlife. So that's it for my top 10 places in Spain. Which one did you like best? Tell me in the comments section. You can find more at ushistorians.com. I'll see you later. Peace out.